For decades, Israel has acted with impunity. It has violated ceasefires it agreed to. It has bombed hospitals, refugee camps, and schools. It has killed its own hostages and blamed others. It has buried lies so vast that even truth struggles to breathe. Time and time again, the world has looked away, but this time, the crime was caught on camera. 15 medics, unarmed, shot and buried, and the footage survived. So what were the reactions in the media, and how did this all unfold? Well, let's take a look. But before we take a closer look, we need to acknowledge one thing. This sadly isn't new. Israel's massacre of 15 Palestinian Red Crescent medics and rescue workers follows a familiar and horrifying pattern. It goes something like this. Israel commits a war crime so heinous, the evidence is impossible to ignore. Then, without fail, the Israeli state releases a web of denials, distortions, and carefully crafted justifications.
Should there be an investigation on why is Israel killing emergency workers?
So this is absolutely incorrect. There has been no such case.
Western media outlets, instead of interrogating the facts, often amplify those claims or at best, place them side by side with the truth, as if both deserve equal weight.
On the one hand, these allegations that Israel has committed an apparent war crime, a clear breach of international humanitarian law, but the Israeli military in its latest statement has been stressing that these were vehicles that it says were acting suspiciously and appeared to pose a direct threat to Israeli forces.
But this time, the crime was caught on camera and so glaring for all to see. Newly released footage has revealed the truth about what happened to those medics, and it proves beyond doubt as to what happened. Here's the breakdown. On the 23rd of March, 5 ambulances were dispatched near Rafah in southern Gaza. Their mission to evacuate injured Palestinians following an Israeli airstrike. A mission on paper, something routine, but they never returned. The United Nations reported that all contact was lost. A single survivor later testified. His colleagues were gunned down. Not caught in crossfire, but targeted. Access to the area was blocked for 5 whole days. And when the UN was finally allowed through, what they discovered was truly horrifying. A mass grave. Bodies of medics and first responders all dumped together. A forensic doctor later confirmed many had been shot at close range. One victim had their hands and feet bound together. Ambulances, clearly marked with the red crescent, had been bulldozed and buried, as if to erase the evidence. But Israel, of course, had an explanation for all of this. The IDF claimed its forces had opened fire, alleging the ambulances had advanced suspiciously, without headlights or coordination. Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar doubled down, asserting that the vehicles pose a threat to Israeli soldiers.
Well, the IDF did not randomly attack an ambulance. Last Sunday, several uncoordinated vehicles were identified advancing suspiciously toward IDF troops without headlights or emergency signals. IDF troops then opened fire at the suspected vehicles.
But here's what they didn't expect. Proof. A mobile phone left behind on one of the victims contained the final moments of those medics. The leaked footage shared by the New York Times shows the ambulances with flashing headlights clearly visible, moving cautiously. And then, gunfire. In the recording, one voice is heard. His name was Rafah Redwan, a young paramedic. His final words were, "Forgive me, mother, forgive me. I chose this path to help people. Forgive me, mother." Rafah was apologizing to his own mother, not because he had done anything wrong, but because he chose a profession of mercy. And it cost him his life. His body was later found in a mass grave with a bullet to the head. And still, the cover-up continued. Sky News investigated Israel's claims that the area was under an evacuation order and found it to be false. In fact, the evacuation order was given an hour after the killings. Even Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst, who's often reported from within Israeli circles, confirmed what he was told by the IDF about this incident was simply not true. What we have here is plain and simple: a war crime. 15 medics and rescue workers killed while doing their job, then buried, covered up, and lied about. And how did Western media respond? Let's take a look at the BBC. The BBC buried this story several articles deep. Their headline: video footage appears to contradict Israeli account of Gaza killings. Appears? What part of mass graves, forensic evidence, and video footage only appears to contradict? Israel lied, and the media gave their lies a platform, just like it did when journalist Shireen Abu Akleh was shot, just like it did when Israel claimed Al-Shifa hospital was used as a military base, just how Israel initially absolved itself from killing workers from the World Central Kitchen, just like it did when 5-year-old Hind Rajab and her family were killed, and the truth was buried under talking points. You see, each time it follows the same pattern: deny, distract, and delay. And the media machine lets it all happen over and over again. A system where Palestinian lives are disposable, where their deaths are reported like background noise, where lies are allowed to stand, even when the truth is staring us in the face. And until the media truly takes a stand, and we confront and break through these mainstream lies, and no longer treat Israel with credibility it so demands, truth will continue to be the first casualty, and we will continue to legitimize an apartheid regime and fail humanity at its most basic moral test.